Alright, a short guide to AP Kog'Maw Middle. First, in runes, sorcery, comet, mana flow, transcendence, and scorch. Secondary, precision, presence of mind, cutdown. For skill order, you max E, Q, W. Level 1, you can choose between Q or E, depending on what you need. Level 3, you can choose whether or not you want your W point on level 3, or you double up on E and save your W point for level 4. Now for laning, your E will always want to hit wave in some way, otherwise your wave will be under tower and make it very hard for you to farm. It's going to be a stacked wave, you're going to take a lot of poke. You really want to keep the wave, usually right outside of your tower or more towards the center of the lane. Your Q hurts a lot in the early laning phase, at only 40 mana. Make use of it to zone and use it as your primary trading tool, as most of the time your E will not be used on the enemy, rather the wave, and you cannot mind control your opponent to walk into your E. Once you hit 6, your laning phase becomes a lot easier. A simple E on the wave and an ult on the backline kills the backline. An auto attack plus an ultimate on the front line will kill the front line. Very simple to kill the wave at this point. The cannon minions take a little bit more. Onto the items, you only really need one mana item because of the way that we set up runes. As long as you're not overusing ultimate, you will not run out of mana. So we're going to build Seraphs. It gives you survivability, it lets you bait people against your HP, you have a huge slow on your E, the amount of time that you can buy by just stalling with the amount of HP that you're going to get, it's pretty big. There's only one real point where you have mana issues at a game, and that's before you complete Lost Chapter, but after you hit 6. So as long as you do your best to be careful after 6 before Lost Chapter, you'll be fine on mana issues. That's the only time that you should have any. Once you actually complete Seraphs, it's going to be very easy for you to farm, even easier than before, because most of the time at this point, your E will one-shot the backline minions, meaning you only need one ultimate for the melees. For your second item, usually I go Leandre's. You could substitute it for a Shadow Flame if you want, if you really feel like you're snowballing and you just want damage against no magic resist enemies. Personally, in this meta where Warmogs and HP stacking is very prevalent, Leandre's is a great item. It also gives you HP as well, which makes you harder to kill. One of the best mage items in the game, so any excuse that you can for use to build it, go ahead.
I was gonna kill everybody!
Like I said, Shadow Flame, great alternative if we're just snowballing. Next in line, Deathcap Void. You really can't go wrong. You need these items as a very AP-centric mage. Your last item is a Magi's or a defensive item like Banshees or Hourglass. For boots, you only have two options. Swords, most of your games, I would say 85% of your games, you go Sorcery Shoes. The only other time that you change out of Swords is if you need Swiftness, specifically if there's a team with a lot of slows, Brand Ash, things like that. You really don't want to be caught. Now that we're done with items, usually after laning phase is over, you want to stay mid, not side wave. You can catch side waves at tower or on sides, but much rather you walk around jungler or your support after one-shotting the wave, because you only have two jobs. Basically, you follow up on your team's engages, or you prevent the enemy team from coming into your team by using your zoning tools. Things to keep in mind with Kog'Maw, your invade stacks are amazing. The 40% slow on a huge area makes it one of the best abilities level 1. Second, play conservatively until you get ultimate, then play through your jungler, or simply force the enemy to keep catching waves on time unless they want to sacrifice a plate.
But why Kog'Maw? Sometimes you just want to spit on people.